The Beginner's Guide to PvP and Infestation. I guess perhaps the most useful thing to start off with would be where you're going to be fighting, because getting guns, you can find guns in most cities, so it'll be pretty easy for you to find a gun and just jump right in. However, we'll get more into the in-depth side of guns and armor later on. But the main parts that you're going to be fighting in if you do hardcore PvP are going to be Clearview and Rocky Ford, and even to some extent Whitestone Mountain nowadays is a very big PvP spot. Smallville has kind of fallen out of favor, but it's still got its little niche crowd of people that are consistently PvPing there. Secondary places that are common for PvP include Campo City, Frosty Pines Resort Town. A little bit of PvP occurs in NORAD Military Base, and there's a little bit of fighting going on in Ridgeway Airport at any given time as well. The guns you're going to be using now are, for the most part, sticking to assault rifles. It's possible to have a good PvPing trip using only SMGs, but it's kind of rare. Plus, assault rifles tend to be the easiest things to find ammo for because the majority of the good ones all use the Stenag 30 ammo or Stenag 45, Stenag 60, etc. So one of the main guns you're going to be wanting to use is the SCAR, FN SCAR CQC. It's fairly common. You can find it in many weapon boxes in Boulder and NORAD and just a lot of major cities. And the Stenag 30 ammo is very easy to find or trade for. So it's also got a lot of damage, decent accuracy, and decent range. Then one of the upgrades to the SCAR is actually, this is technically a submachine gun, but I classify it as an assault rifle because it also uses the Stenag 30, and that is the Honey Badger. The Honey Badger is a very strong gun in close range, and it comes pre-silenced, so it's a very stealthy gun as well, especially for solo missions. The next upgrade after that is typically the Night Stalker. It is considered one of the top 3 assault rifles in the game. It is a lot of damage. It does more damage to the SCAR with the same accuracy and the same fire rate. Just the dropping power, like literally the amount that each bullet does is a bit higher. After that, there's the Split. Most people seem to consider the TAR, the IMI TAR, the second best assault rifle in the game. It has a very fast rate of fire. It's very accurate. It does less damage than the Night Stalker, but it shoots faster and it has a lower weapon spread. And then most people tend to consider the SIG Sauer 556 the best assault rifle in the game. It is moderately rare, although it can be found in weapon boxes, and it is often dropped by the Super Zombie, which, if you watch my other video, you know how to kill. And if you haven't watched it, I'll put a link to that on this video so you can watch it if you want. It's another great way of getting Night Stalkers, SIGs, Honey Badgers, and sometimes the even unconventional sniper drop. So let's move on to the skill tree. In this skill tree, there are a lot of nice niche perks that you can get. For example, Alive and Well 1, Alive and Well 2, both giving increased health, on target giving you lower weapon spread, to keep it steadies, and Concentration 2, making it so your gun kicks less and you can hold your breath longer on a sniper. Another useful aspect of the skill tree is the Field Medic perks, which allow you to heal up faster, which means that basically taking Bandage DXs without any Field Medic perks gives you about, I don't know, 60% of your health back, but with both Field Medics perks, you're going to be getting about 90%. So you can take a couple of more shots from a weak gun or another shot from a high-powered gun with these perks activated, assuming that you are taking your bandages as you're getting shot. But the strongest thing in the skill tree is by far Hardened, which gives you 15% damage reduction overall. And although it takes a lot of experience, it is well worth it, and it'll make your PvPing experience a lot easier. Now let's talk about armor. There are 3 main types of armor you're going to want to be using, and 1 type of helmet. Well, technically 2. The types of armor you're going to want are either level 2 Forest, IBA Sand, or Custom Gorilla. The Custom Gorilla gives the most damage reduction, followed by the IBA Sand, which is then closely followed by the level 2 Forest. The difference between the Sand and the Forest is not very noticeable. If you prefer to have camouflage, you may want to go ahead and get the Forest, but the odds are fairly low that you're actually going to need it. So IBA Sand is, I would still recommend above the Forest. And then when it comes to helmets, you're either going to want a K-style helmet or a K-style NVGs. They have the most durability and the most damage reduction. And although it is technically possible that you get shot in the head and that your helmet immediately falls off and no longer provides any protection, the helmet getting shot off from an M9 does about 75% of its maximum durability. So if you get headshot one time with the M9 helmet, immediately your helmet's only at 25%, whereas if you have the K-styles, it's about 15%. So you have 85% of your durability in your helmet left, which means that, yes, your helmet is still on your head, protecting you, and your brains won't splat out everywhere next time you get shot. Now let's get into your active bar, and this is of course the weapon, your primary and secondary weapons, and the 3 through 6 slots, which typically are housed with things like antibiotics, barricades of choice, bandages DX, and painkillers. And the reason that you want to keep these in your active menu is that if you get shot at, you can instantly switch to a wood chill barricade and just place it on the ground somewhere and just try to prevent yourself from being shot at for more. You could heal up immediately with antibiotics or with bandages or painkillers, whichever you think you need at the time, and then you can immediately keep running. You don't have to go like click, use item. It's just instantly there available in your inventory, which makes it a lot simpler and a lot faster. Many people prefer to use weapon attachments on their gun. I, for one, prefer the third-person view as it allows me to just zoom in and quickly look where I'm going to do, and Alt to turn my head around the corners to make sure that no one's coming for me. The most popular attachment is a kind of red dot sight. Typically, the reflex sight is used a lot. It's very cheap in the store, $950. You can go about, I don't know, 10 zombie drops if you get lucky one time and ended up getting it, but the issue is that it is another risk you're going to be carrying. It does take up another item slot. And the third person in this game literally allows you to watch your bullets as they go. Like your bullets will light up in the path and you'll be able to see where they're going. And you can judge which way you want to aim. Like if you're shooting too high, you need to adjust down. Or if you're not counting for bullet drop, you can account for that. Or if you're not leading the person enough, you can start to lead the shots with it. So third person's very strong in the ability to watch your bullets go. That's about as far as I can take you guys through a video, so the rest of it's going to come down to practice. Although I can guarantee that I will be having more PvP videos coming out, including highlights on this channel, so you may want to subscribe to keep up with that. And also I'm going to be looking to do a sniper-based PvP video, whereas this one was mostly based on assault rifles, which are the ones that you want to start out with because the snipers have more trade value and it's just more risky to go into. So I eventually will go and make a video about sniping PvP, including how to hit your shot, bullet drop, and all that good stuff. You can look out for me streaming, www.twitch.tv/PCJews. I'll also be posting on Twitter, which is @PCJews when I'm going to be streaming. I haven't gotten almost any followers, so I'd love to be more active on that, but it seems like that's not working out. I don't know. Either way, subscribe to me here, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, all that good stuff, and good luck with your PvP and Infestation. I hope to see you guys on the battlefield.